All right, there you go. So let's see. Welcome to again our live market review. So I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Do I have audio?
Yes, coach.
Thanks.
Loud and clear.
All right. Okay. How about the guys in YouTube? Let me see. All right. So I would assume there's video is okay from your end as well, guys. So let's go and start with um, AUD AUD USD here. So So 68.52 is the current floor kung saan siya tumatama. So if you guys were able to check this from last week, right? So we weren't able to get in on this one on Monday kasi nga I had a very bad internet connection towards the evening. So hindi ako nakapag-connect. But this time, look at that bounce beautifully happening there now. So yung early bounce na ina-anticipate natin somewhere here did not happen. Where's that floor coming from? If you can remember this floor somewhere in January. So tinetest natin kung magbabounce siya. Unfortunately, hindi. Then the price went through. Now, for you guys who are in the trade for a buy coming from the 68.52 level, good job on you. Right? So titingnan natin ngayon how far this can go if you are already in the position. Okay, so H4 is now testing that. Oh no, sorry. Yeah. Okay, good. So let's see if the H4 chart can go back up there and break that level. So let's see if this can really be the double bottom that we want to see on the daily chart and possibly continue for that reversal. So ibig sabihin, just in case that would happen, okay, abangan na natin yung level somewhere here. Okay. Yeah, done. So 72.63 will be our next resistance where the price was rejected from last week, diba? So can we get in for a short-term buy here again? That would really depend if our area here is still giving us good reasons to get in, which is actually kind of touching the
H1.
EMA. Yeah, so 15 minutes, meron na tayo doon. Yes, and H12 is a possible entry price. So, ibig sabihin, in 30 minutes now, we can possibly use this, or right now, if you want to set a bullish engulfing there, that's a beautiful move, right? So, conservatively, you might want to wait for this price, yeah, and in 30 minutes para ito yung gagamitin nating entry price towards that level, right? Kung hindi naman you want to really get in now, pwede nyong antayin yung breakout neto for a bullish engulfing, right? So that's a very beautiful thing to see as well. At the same time, kung medyo nagmamadali kayo ng konti pumasok sa trade, a pullback to the EMA here is a much better setup on a 15-minute chart, right? So personally, that's what I'll be waiting for tonight. As soon as this price touches that EMA, and I'll be looking for my buy position there towards the next floor, right? Sorry, for the next ceiling. So we have somewhere at approximately 50 to 60 pips there to take advantage of. So if we can catch that, wonderful, right? So that's the plan for AUD USD. And let's move on to Euro US as well. So you have two options there, no? 15 minutes or the 1 hourly chart. So I leave the decision to you on which ones you want to go and get into. All right. Jumping onto Euro US now. Okay. On the daily chart again. If we'll go for the last touch or the last swing low, right? Ito yung magiging floor natin. And there you go. So we're quite very close there, right? But not really touching yet. So if you have another level there, if you want to validate that, then another one would be here conservatively. Yeah, there you go. So for me personally, galing na siya dun kanina sa last floor na na-break niya. So technically, it retested to that level already. So if you look at this, yeah, yun na yung nangyari kaninang umaga from here. And now it's dropping right there. So can it possibly break through? It would be a different scenario on the 1 hourly chart for me on Euro USD. kasi meron tayong resistance on this level. Unlike AUD USD, kung mapapansin nyo kanina, we have a clear room for a buy. So ibig sabihin, as conservative as we want to be, okay, what you want to do is for this to see break, then retest. So I will buy somewhere here again, right? To see how it goes from there, right? So on which time frame? Probably yes, on the 1 hourly chart as I see it here, because H4 is not quite ready yet. Hindi pa siya nagre-reverse as far as the EMAs are concerned, right? Pero again, if the idea is to sell, I'm not ready for a sell on this case kasi this is tightening right here kung mapapansin nyo. So it's kind of creating a sideways move right now, and let's see how it can progress from there. So ibig sabihin, the only option that I have right now would be either 1 hourly chart or the 15 minutes if the price can go back up there, right? Pero for me personally, if the price breaks through the floor, right, which my EMAs are acting as my floor level right now, then this could be a very good reason not to take any trades yet, and I will wait for that breakout instead. So my buy area would be somewhere at this level right here. Okay, so that's my take on Euro USD. Okay, compared to AUD USD, kumbaga antay lang tayo talaga ng bounce dito, then we can go and jump into that. Right, so medyo may waiting, tawag dito, medyo may konting wait tayo, kumbaga, when it comes to trading the Euro US. Right? Let's see if that's the same scenario for GBP USD. Again, on the daily chart, um, hmm, dali lang ha. Okay, wala yung horizontal line. So, okay, I'm just curious on that retest from yesterday, and that's so lovely. Look at that. Yeah, breakthrough. A beautiful break retest on H4. So GBP USD is quite a different story if you look at it, because this time ito is still showing us a beautiful downtrend compared to AUD US and Euro US. That could possibly be a reversal. So if this continues on that downtrend, there's a very good chance that if you look at the GBP pairs or your GBP pairs, um, what you call this, you could go short on the GBP pairs if that's the case, right? Pero we'll look into the yen pairs in a bit para makita natin kung possible ba yung ganung approach, right? So, ano ibig kong sabihin? There's a very good chance for a weak pound if siya lang yung nag-iisang nagpapakita ng downtrend continuation, right? Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, AUD/USD is likely to go up there, right? Euro US, if it could break, yes, right? And if I can just go back to D1, right? You will notice that it is staying close to the floor. So, ibig sabihin, kung bumaba man to tonight, there's still a floor level there that needs to be broken para magtuloy-tuloy yung downtrend niya. Unlike GBP USD, look at that move right there. Okay, we have almost clear view for that move right there. Not unless this can be a false breakout, or this could be one way to look at it. This pullback can possibly happen as well. So you can be very careful with that too. So that's just another way to look at GBP USD. It is still a big downtrend. So we are just seeing an extension here, or a continuation, I mean, of this downtrend. So if that pulls back, right, it's not necessarily like AUD USD and Euro USD na kung mapapansin mo, hindi siya downtrend. Right? Kasi ito, it's not showing a clear downtrend, mean your swings and your cycles are not pushing that direction. It could be a double bottom in our case, right? Same with Euro USD. So sabi ko nga, if GBP USD can continue that push, right? If GBP USD can continue that push, then there's a very good chance that pound can be weaker, right? So if you are looking into trading multiple pound pairs, then you might want to monitor it, like GBP AUD, GBP NZD, GBP JPY, right, and other stuff. So personally, for me, I am more inclined to, or interested on this 4 hourly bearish engulfing potential. It's just that It's quite a big bar to get in 125 pips. So ibig sabihin, I would love to see my entry price happening on this bar. So this could happen on the end of this current bar. Then we get in for us to be able to manage. That's still 86 pips. So um, quite a big one to be involved. So let's see how it goes from there. And I would love to get in there now. That's the question. Tingnan natin sa 15-minute chart, no? Let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Kung nasa area tayo ng very, very close siya sa EMA, that would really get me to, like, let's go and jump in on that sell. Pero ngayon,
Bakit?
no. Bakit?
Andiyan si
Ay,
Mama?
wait. Alright. Okay. Akala ko sa akin yung bakit. Alright. So, let's see. There you go. Um, if this would cross over, that's the only time. Yun lang yung ano. The only thing I can see. H1's doing the same thing. So, the likelihood of me getting in on this trade is really waiting for that H4 bar, right? So, ibig sabihin, bantayan natin to, right? If there will be a continuation of this 4 hourly downtrend here. Or instead, kung hindi man yan magtuloy-tuloy, then ibig sabihin, itong D1 na pullback ang possible na next move niya. And still, as mentioned earlier, right, Gbp Usd is still on that downtrend. So, let's see how it can progress from there, all right? Now, jumping on an NZD USD, tingnan natin what's happening here, right? Because it's almost identical to NZD USD. Look at that. All right, let's go and plot that. It was trying to break out yesterday, and now we're seeing that correction right here. So ibig sabihin, we're very, very close to a double bottom more than a downtrend. Exactly. Um, yeah, I'm rooting for this price to go higher instead of dropping. Um, just like what I was doing at the beginning of this month, actually. So I was waiting for there you go. That was the, if I would go from here, yeah, I think I would love to have that there. Then the next one will be here. Right, so medyo maliit yung screen ko. Pagpasensya nyo na po. I'm on my laptop right now. So, unlike when I'm on my PC, you can see the screen a little bigger. And the, what do you call this? At yung mga objects is a little bigger as well. So, I hope you can still see it from your end. Anyway, you can always pause the video if you're watching this on YouTube, right? And go back from there, right? So let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da. D1 is only giving me a potential bullish engulfing right now. So technically, this is possibly a 1:1 trade there. Not quite close, but yeah, still a reasonable move to get in myself involved. H4 is still not ready for me. The EMAs have not crossed over. And aggressively, if you won't be trading with the EMA, and you can just disregard this. Kunwari, ang style mo lang is just to trade from ceiling to floor, floor to ceiling. And yeah, this is a wonderful entry price already. So meaning I want like to be a, yes, there you go. This is a much better feeling that I'm getting now for a buy on NZD USD. Yep, I am very much interested on the 1 hourly chart. 15-minute chart, not yet. Yeah, so the earliest for me will be the 1 hourly chart. So, siya yung nagpapakita my hotspot, unfortunately. Pero anyway, we're still on this one. Okay, NZD/USD still on the sorry, a 1 hourly chart and looking for that buy order. Okay, so moving on, USD CAD still on that move. Kung mapapansin nyo, that is, it was anticipated for the price to drop down to this level right here. So just to redraw my horizontal line, 1.27 72, sorry, 2472 was the floor level. It never reached that level right there, pero the price have spiked back again. And I only see one primary reason there. It was the weakening of gold for the last few days. So at least personally, that's what I'm looking at. So if you have other opinions about it, let me know in the comment section. So yeah, we can look into the possibilities of reassessing what's really happened on gold, right? So so far USD CAD has broken through major resistance, at least for what I see, my major resistance at 128.85 and 129.34. I was anticipating for it to stay below this level, right? Pero yun na nga, sabi natin, okay, there are really possibilities of breakout. Then the next level that we'll be anticipating for a reversal for is the 1.3044, right? So in this case, if this rally continues, then we can still go long on USD CAD, which also shows us a very beautiful pin bar there on the 4 hourly chart. So that could be your early entry. The 1 hourly chart is not quite ready for me as I see it, as the price have gone lower my EMA. So it's like binubutas niya kasi yung EMA for me. So what you don't want to happen to you if you're trading that lower time frame is like binubutas niya dito, then you're buying, right? So na parang nandito siya, then suddenly the price goes down first before it moves in your favor. So I still see for now, if you wish to go long on USD CAD, the 4 hourly chart for me still the best time frame to get yourselves involved with, right? 15-minute chart possibly, yes. Pero again, um, though the price is bouncing up there, yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of doji here for the last 30 minutes. So tingnan natin. I still find the 4 hourly chart more convincing for me. Yeah, simply because of that low test bar, right? So yun talaga. All right. Now I'd like to look into USDCHF. USDCHF is very, very close to the ceiling. Look at that rally. Okay. And so we're testing that level right now. If you're long on USDCHF, if I am in your position, so I'm looking into taking the money for now, right? Because this is quite being challenged right now. But if your money, yeah, is on USDCHF's breakout, you're seeing that momentum on the 4 hourly chart, then yeah, um, I would love to closely monitor this if this can still go further. So in that case, how far can it go? Yung next question natin. So looking into the monthly chart, let's see how our line chart will go and help us here. So conservatively, I would say, yeah, this one's the next resistance that I could possibly be watching out for if that breakout could happen. Yeah, so tingnan nga natin. If that breakout could happen to the next resistance, so we're still seeing about roughly about 170, 180 pips of a breakout. So yeah, that's still good news. If you're buying there on USDCHF, right? And that could be the same scenario for dollar yen now. Okay. Unfortunately, I cannot zoom out further on my monthly chart. There is a higher level here of resistance. Could Yeah, somewhere at this level. Tingnan natin on how it goes from here. Pero before we even continue to go and buy there, I would like to see an actual breakout first. As always, right? I would like to see an actual breakout because this ceiling really at 134.84 is being tested now. So, tingnan natin, ano ba kayang pwede pa mangyari dyan? Kasi pag ito rin naman nag-reverse, ang titingnan natin dyan is what could it do to the gold price that has been dropping since Friday. Yeah, after that spike, or sorry, Monday, after that spike from Friday, yeah, may correction na siya doon. But a little pullback is happening starting earlier today. So if you notice, that move is still going on there. So ibig sabihin, kung hindi niya na talaga kaya tong i-reverse pa, which is though we are seeing this reversal coming from this floor, which is definitely reasonable, right? Pero pag hindi nangyari yan at nagtuloy-tuloy siya sa paganon, right? I mean, kung hindi mangyari itong pababa na to, right? Ibig sabihin, hindi din possible or may possibility, I mean, na mag-reverse na si USD JPY because this gold move could be pointing on that orange arrow that I have just recently drawn. So I hope that did make sense. Okay. So to simplify it, I always looking into when gold and USD JPY move the opposite, right? Ibig sabihin, if dollar yen is dropping, I would like to see gold to go up, right? Not as instant as possible. I mean, as instant I would like it to be, pero how do you want to put it? That's the expectation. They are in most cases inversely correlated, right? So for the people who are looking in Bitcoin as well, unfortunately, it has not gone higher after that symmetrical triangle that we found, right? From the previous analysis that we did here. So sabi ko nga at the point, if you're looking at this symmetrical triangle here, right, or for short term lang, okay, it was in an indecision, right? But it followed the general trend still. So that caused the breakout here. So if you were able to go long on Bitcoin since last week, you could be making bunch now. For the people who were able to catch a quick move for that correction earlier today, still good. But please understand, okay, that Bitcoin behaves differently compared to our normal currency pairs, I would say. Okay, so we might be using the same analysis, but please take note that the behavior is still quite different, okay, compared to normal currencies. So I hope the technical analysis is still helping out. Okay. Now in this case, we still have time, so let's look into currency pairs outside of the major currency pairs. So the first one I have here is AUD and ZD. Okay. So let's go back to D1 and let's see what's going on with AUD and ZD there. Okay. So sandali lang. Tanggalin natin tong line na to. Okay. You're still seeing that uptrend on AUD and ZD, a beautiful uptrend here, been rallying since the end of November, right? Breaking ceilings, right? If you notice this here, okay? So if I can just move on to my horizontal lines. Okay, yep, there you go. That's what I'm trying to point out now here. So though it has been breaking ceilings since November, we are now, I cannot just zoom out further from here, by the way. I'm not saying that this is the all-time high, but this is quite a significant high from at least 2018. If we go to the monthly chart, all right, if we go for like uh, the monthly chart, you will see, at least on this view, it's not the actual all-time high yet. So ibig sabihin, there is still a possibility of this price to go much higher. So you might want to watch out for that in case you're watching AUD and ZD. So ibig sabihin, a beautiful uptrend is happening on the daily chart right now. It's just that for personal trade, or for me personally, I mean, I won't be taking any trades yet until it really breaks out of this one. So if you're looking at this, a beautiful uptrend coming, right, to continue and break that resistance right there. Beautiful momentum coming up from here. So ibig sabihin, you're really testing and pushing this resistance further. And sabi nga nila, if you're seeing an ascending triangle there, right, there's a possibility of that breakout on the upside more than sa reversal na pababa. Okay? So, but for me personally, I will only take a trade on AUD and ZD for a long position if the price breaks the 1.1138 resistance, right? So from here, though sabi ko nga kanina, it's not the all-time high, but this is a significant resistance as well for us to consider. Yeah, but then again, right, it doesn't stop there. If it breaks through, then you have several levels there. Look at that. If you can go back years, right, there's several levels there that the price can go back to, right? If the buyers can really dominate AUD and ZD, all right, for the next couple of weeks, if not months. All right. So in that case, we'll still have enough time. Let's go and jump into. Well, I did not save that properly, but I have my yen pairs here. Yeah. So we're done with USD JPY there. So tingnan natin. Oh, sorry, naka-default siya. Let's just go quickly on this one. All right. So AUD JPY, right? I know you have been very, very interested on these pairs as that rally happened. Okay, look at that. But unfortunately, it failed to really break through. So it has been a struggle to really break out of that level for the first 3 days of this week. So ibig sabihin na-reject siya doon. So what would happen to the yen pairs from here? Okay, so tingnan nga natin. Oops, sorry, hindi ko na-duplicate yan. Would it be this level? Now we're past that level. Okay. Ayan. Okay. And there you go. So we're testing the 9369. So for me personally, if you go and just focus on your EMAs, then you could possibly still take advantage of the price if it moves in that direction. We're still seeing that momentum pointing in that direction. But if your bias is for the price to go down, then your H4 is quite ready for that downtrend as well. So look at those swings coming from this crossover. It still gives us a reasonable sell setup. So kung hindi man magtuloy yan, ibig sabihin, we could possibly get in on that daily chart. Yeah, for that pattern to move as far as 96.64 resistance. Yeah. So how far would this be? That will be about 280 pips. So still reasonable. Just in case this will reverse, then you can still take advantage of the other side, right? So that's AUD right? Then you have your CAD yen. Tingnan nga natin dito. So again, I'm just looking into what can we possibly do on these yen pairs. So unlike AUD CAD yen has broken through the last resistance. So this is quite a different story here. And it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, it's not automatic that if CAD yen is moving up here, then CAD across the board could be strong as well. So you might want to check how GBP CAD, Euro CAD, NZD CAD, AUD CAD could be performing as well, right? But to give you a reason to review them, in most cases, yes, it could be, right? It could be a reason if yen or CAD yen is moving in that direction. Ibig sabihin, medyo malakas talaga si Canadian dollar in this case, right? So little pullback to the EMA instead of the resistance, still reasonable, right? So let's see if that can support CAD yen to move further. And if we move to the higher time frame just to check how far it can go, we are now faced by this resistance right here from 2014 and back 2016 to 2008, where you see this head and shoulder, beautiful head and shoulder pattern, right? That caused that reversal. This one did not really form a head and shoulder pattern above this level, but if you look at this, like a bigger view na lang, right? It is still a head and shoulder pattern that caused the price still to drop. That's something that you need to watch out for in this case, right? For AUD and ZD again here. So let's see. Ibig sabihin, it's quite significant to really monitor the 106.13, though it has broken through this. Okay, and I understand that you could be excited to go and jump in again. So ibig sabihin, if it will retest that 106.13 level, you might want to consider taking the money early here if it goes and retests it. Pag hindi naman, then we might anticipate for the price to go down, but not as low as the 102.19 right away, because it's still a strong level here, right? Or if not that strong, it is still a significant level to monitor, right? Yeah, a very important one for us to monitor, right? So if you'd ask me what my personal position on this one, I would like to go and test the buy, yeah, kung kaya. And if not, then I could possibly go to H4 and see if we can go and do this sell because it already have crossed over. Then you have another room here. So kumbaga halfway through na siya dito. Pero if you're a little bit conservative, and the conservative side of me would say I'll rather wait for the price to go towards the ceiling or the floor, and I'll make my decision from here. Yeah. So doon ko siya abangan. Okay? So that's the most conservative opinion I would like to put on CAD JPY. Yeah. So let's go on CHF JPY here, right? Which is actually again back to that horizontal line, the breakout that we were anticipating. Yeah, medyo hindi kinakaya. There's two ways to look at this. This is still, yes, I would say, a valid uptrend. So, kung hindi man siya nag-breakout ngayon, possibly that's just one test, then a pullback, then eventually we could expect for that level to be tested several times, again and again and again, until pag nakita natin kung may possible breakout ba talaga, right? If it can go and move that direction, let me go on the weekly chart first. Looking at my weekly chart, this is the only resistance that I have now. Okay, kung mapapansin nyo, I won't adjust it kasi pag bumalik tayo sa line chart, a little bit of an adjustment Yeah, my eyes is playing on me. Right, yan. That's the one that I have on the weekly chart. On the monthly chart, though, unfortunately, I cannot go further back than 2,000 right here. So, technically, yun talaga yung aabangan natin, the level, right? So, as mentioned earlier, going back to the daily, right? It can possibly test that level several times, okay, before a breakout. Or if not, then that's the resistance that we would like to see USD JPY reverse from, diba? So, oops, ba't hindi ko na siya ma-adjust? Okay, right. But anyway, just to give you the number, it's 136.50. That's the resistance that we are looking at now. Okay, so GBP JPY, let's have a look into this one as well. Going back to the daily, look at that, GBP JPY. And as mentioned earlier, if you're seeing GBP USD on the downtrend on the GBP US, sorry, the previous analysis on GBP USD, ito yung pagkakasabi ko sa inyo kanina na you could possibly expect for the pound to be quite weak. Yeah, if not across the board, but most of the ones that spared to the GBP, like, yeah, you can possibly look into GBP AUD as well, since we're looking on GBP Yen already. Yeah, so kung mapapansin mo dito, that's a good resistance right there, very reasonable reversal, right? And at the same time, GBP is also weak when you pair it to the dollar. So would there be a continuation? I would say yes, possibly, right? As you could see it here, if we draw another horizontal line, if I'll take that as my resistance, look at that. Yeah, even though sa line chart hindi natin siya nakita. Oops, where is my zoom it? Yeah, what's going on? Okay, ayan, okay. Oops, sorry. Ayan, okay. Hindi lang siya nagre-respond. So, kung iti-take ko to as my resistance now, kasi yun yung tinetest niya, so possibly the price can still go in that direction. How low? Yeah, if that's your question, I will go for the next floor level, which is this one. So, this is still a reasonable 200 pips to 300 pips move. So, ibig sabihin, that's a good continuation there to consider if you're trading the yen as well, right? Sorry, GBP JPY to be particular. Okay, NZD JPY now. Okay, let's look into this. Back on the daily chart. All right, almost identical to the yen pairs that we have seen. The ceiling has been tested, but failed to go higher than the ceiling. Right, so a little bit adjustment there. I want to go and take this now as another ceiling. Right, pero kung mapapansin nyo, if you are looking for this move, yes, it can still go up there because your EMAs are pointing in that direction too, right? So, wala namang problema dyan. Ang ano lang natin is, you might want to watch out for this tightening of space here that would become an ascending triangle later on. Okay, so that's my yen pairs and the major currency pairs. So I hope you can go and review the video back again. Right, if you're watching this on a much later time, right, you can pause the video and go back to your chart. But then again, let me remind you that the price could have possibly moved differently, right, if you're looking at it on a lower time frame. So please take this information with a grain of salt and understand that this information or analysis that you're getting from me is for educational purposes only, and this should not be taken as a financial advice in any way. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me again on a Wednesday, and I'll see you guys on Friday for the end of week market review. And I'll see you, right? For any questions and clarifications, reach out to me on my Facebook, or you can go and send me your comments and suggestions on the comment section on this YouTube live session today. All right, so for the guys in Zoom, hang in there. We'll still continue with your discussion tonight. All right, guys. So again, plan your trades and trade your plan. And if you find trading a little bit confusing and stressful, it only means you're not doing it properly, because there's an easy way to do it. And at the same time, trading should be fun. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much. See you on the next session. Bye for now.